What's up, y'all? Hey, come on, Carisha. What's going on, y'all? It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Are you guys happy? They call it hump day in the middle of the work week, over the hump. But it is literally, because I had to really try to analyze that. I was like, okay, it's hump day. It's the middle of the week. But even if Sunday is the first day of the week, is Wednesday still the middle of the week? But it's hump day for the work week. So, whatever. Sometimes you gotta stop and like the things that we say and the cliches that we say, do the shit make sense? You know what I mean? Sometimes we just say some shit and the shit don't even make sense. So I had to like think about hump day one day, and I was like, Anyway, so what's up, y'all? What's going on? It's Wednesday. We have nothing to talk about per usual. But I did wake up early this morning. I woke up at like 2:20, I think it was, and I was like up like blue-la-di-da. So I was like, okay, let me figure out something to go to sleep. So I decided, I don't know why, but I decided to watch Jason Mitchell on the Breakfast Club. And then I watched a little. Nigga, where is you going? Driving crazy as shit. Then I decided to watch a little Wendy with Kenya Moore was on, Wendy Williams. And then I was like, just browsing around and looking, and I know, well, anyway, so go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment at the Diva Know You stopped by, and we get down in the comments when the conversation is over. And sometimes I'll premiere the video, just a FYI, so a lot of times I'll premiere the video. I may not be in the chat because I'll be at work, but it was so funny. I was watching Sean Bradley this morning, and he was saying, because I work. And it just reminded me, I know he got that from Nene. I know he did. Because when Nene was cussing out Kim and Sheree, I work. Because I work. And so when he was saying it, it just reminded me that I said, Sean got that from Nene. I don't care what he said. I know that's why he was saying it. I work. Because he said it like 3 or 4 times. It just made me laugh this morning. So that's where I'm going to. I'm on my way to work because I work. Where are you going so fast? I wish y'all could have seen this old ass 1972 Toyota pickup truck. He must do some landscaping, but this nigga was just driving so super duper fast. Anyway, so I was watching Jason Mitchell. I watched Kenya Moore. The Kenya Moore interview wasn't as... Kenya Moore is a beauty queen. I'm telling you, when I tell you that bitch knows how to answer a question. Even Wendy was like, girl, you know how to really answer a question and really flip that shit. Like, you really know how to do that shit. And she just sits there and I said, Kenya is a trip, bitch. And shit, and they talked about talked about the baby, talked about Mark, and it was very, I don't know what's going on with Mark and Kenya. I don't know nothing about the situation. I just know she's not with the man anymore. And the way that, it's so funny because the way that Wendy phrases things or asks questions, it's very, they're like off color and shocking at the same time, because she was like, I really feel for you because, just how your mother just threw you away. I was like, fuck Wendy, what the fuck? Just like she did Nicki Minaj. Goddamn, Wendy is crazy. If you guys, I wish that there was Wendy episodes. It has to be Wendy episodes when she was on the radio on YouTube. It has to be. Let me tell y'all something. You think Wendy Williams is bad? Wendy Williams. Like, I've been listening to Wendy Williams and Charlamagne since forever, and that's probably why I have a little space for Charlamagne, because I've really seen him before. He was sitting in the corner in the back on Wendy's show in the back, because they used to film Wendy shows too. And when he was on there, and that little nigga used to be, Charlamagne's black ass used to be in the back, in the corner. You could hardly even see him. And I've been watching them since then. But, honey, Wendy, and I don't know why people, because Nicki Minaj said something. Let me finish talking about Kenya Moore, because I want to talk about the way that Wendy Williams talked about Nicki Minaj. It was like, girl, what? But it's Wendy. And Nicki Minaj got upset. I was like, okay, do I really want to listen to the Queen Radio shit? And I didn't even know all this shit was going on, because a lot of shit was going on. Apparently, Solange, okay, I knew about Solange and her, and, you know, the announcement that she was divorcing her Leo man. She's a Cancer diva, and he's a Leo, and she's getting a divorce. And then her being seen with a white man, and everybody thinking that the white man was her boyfriend. And then, like, kind of criticizing her because, you know, Solange is super black. And it's like, you know, it does beg the question, can somebody be super black and be with a non-black person? We can talk about that another day. But I missed all of that, y'all. And then I missed it because then after y'all found out the nigga wasn't, I'm looking at the tweets last night. I'm like, okay, so y'all found out he wasn't the man, he wasn't her boyfriend. You was mad about that, but now you're really mad because he's not her boyfriend. He's getting another piece of her. He's her manager. He's getting a different kind of piece from Solange. He's her manager, and apparently has been her manager for the last 5 years. So, I don't know. I mean, is he doing... Hello? Is he doing his job? Is he doing his job? Because has Solange been... I don't know. That's none of my goddamn business. Anyways, so like I'm saying, I missed a whole bunch of things. I missed the Queen Radio. I missed Nicki going off on Wendy for when... I saw when Wendy was talking about Nicki getting married and saying that the nigga was a sex offender and a killer. I said, oh my God, Wendy. But it's facts. It's facts. And it's like, what do you say? It's like, what do you say? Anyways, Kenya Moore was on there. She didn't really say much. Kenya Moore was just like, you know, when I was up late and I was looking, I was like, all I said to myself was like, Kenya is a goddamn beauty queen. She really gives you beauty queen answers. She really does. And because she's an Aquarius, she's so goofy. Like, she's just so airy. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know what it is. I said, that's why I like Kenya, because she's very smart. But then she comes with that goofy ass laugh when she's done doing something slick. Kenya, your ass is such a beauty queen. That's all I said this morning watching her on Wendy. The baby is cute. The baby is okay. She was like, they're still married. She's still wearing her wedding ring. And I don't know what it is with Kenya and everybody's, it's like really people's desire, like that she can't keep a man. And I'm like, you guys, it's almost 2020. We're not basing a woman's worth on whether she can keep a man or not anymore. We're not doing that. And then I'm like, what do you say? Like, how is she any different from anybody? Beyonce, whoever's been cheated on, whoever decided to keep a man after they did them wrong or decided to leave. Monica Brown, she just got a divorce. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are you talking about somebody keeping somebody? And it's so funny because I used to get really riled up about Kenya Moore. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, because I just felt like a lot of her critique came from this idea. Like Phaedra was really big in the typecast of the villain for Kenya, and it did not help that she was flirting. And like, I don't know if anybody has ever come in contact with Kenya Moore, but that goofy, airy, like ditzy kind of shit, that air, she's a fucking Aquarius, y'all. And it's like, I don't know what it is, but I don't know how to explain it. Like her goofy ass flirting with what's his name, everybody felt like, you know, she was wrong for flirting with Phaedra's man and all this other stuff. And it was just so weird how she was supposed to come through as the villain. You know what I'm saying? She took Nene's place because Nene went to Hollywood. Y'all remember? Nene abandoned. No, I'm just saying. I'm just playing. She went to Hollywood. Kenya came through. The ratings went up. Kenya was now the villain. She was the villain. And she actually, to me, I felt like she accepted the role as the villain. Even she would tell Andy, like, Andy, you don't even let me win. You do all of these polls, and I believe that I lose on purpose. You know, she's the villain. And I think after a while, she was like, okay, whatever, I'll play the villain. I'll be the villain. I'll be the villain and laugh at the end with my little goofy ass laugh. And I think that everybody has now, like, it's so weird how, I don't know, it's like this kind of a weird, I don't know, I don't even want to call it an obsession with Kenya, because I was watching somebody like critiquing her, how she was interacting with her baby, like that, like it's so weird, like I don't know, like the way that people watch Kenya Moore, and it's like almost as though everybody's like this on the edge of the fucking cliff, waiting for her, walking a tightrope, waiting for her to fall and choke her ass on the tightrope on the way down. Like, that's what I feel like people are looking at for her. I feel like a lot of people revel in the misfortunes that she has, and then when someone else has similar misfortunes, there's a lot of excuses made for them. You know what I'm saying? And then after the whole thing, Apollo lying on her, everybody was like, well, oh well, he lied. Okay, well, next. Like, ignore that. And me and Nathaniel, and I feel like that energy that Kenya had before, where everybody was very, very polarizing, I feel like that is happening again. And it's only been one episode. I already feel myself defending Kenya. And I'm like, I'm not about to defend Kenya this season for the little things. But then I see people like I said, critiquing how she's interacting with her baby, questioning whether she had her baby for a show. Like, I'm like, you guys cannot be now. I'm gonna take a line out of Shawnee's book. Y'all can't be that invested to believe that this lady had a baby to be on a reality show. No, ma'am. I'm like, you can't think that. So I'm like, it's a weird kind of obsession with Kenya Moore that people have, and like kind of psychoanalyzing her and always bringing up how her mother didn't want her, and that might be the way she acts. Let's talk about, because I was talking about how she was on Wendy. So I do want to talk about Wendy and Nicki, and how Nicki, she's acting crazy too. Like, okay, you want everybody, Nicki Minaj got married. Everybody knows that she got married. Everybody knows that her husband is of questionable character based on his previous criminal history, right? And time in jail. All right. The sex offenders thing, I really think that Nicki could really flip that, but it doesn't help that her brother is a convicted pedophile. And it doesn't help that. It doesn't help that, you know, who she aligns herself with. A lot of the people that she aligns herself with have, like, you know, issues with women or issues with children, stuff like that. And it's, you know, questionable. She hangs out with people of questionable character. We just say that. And Wendy's ass talk about he's a registered sex offender. Okay. Now, here's the thing. From what I've read, and please let me know if I'm wrong. I'm telling y'all, I don't do investigative reporting. I just talk about what commentary, right? So we just talk about what the hell's going on. So Nicki Minaj, Wendy says, so he's a killer. Is he a killer? You get convicted of manslaughter, something, whatever. She was like, he's a killer. I would play it, but I don't want to get a copyright strike. So I remember NBC tried to copyright strike me. Remember that day I drove home and I was listening to Married to Medicine, and I cut it up. So I actually watched the whole episode and then cut it up for y'all. They tried to give me a copy, not a copyright infringement, just told me I couldn't monetize the video because it contained NBC something. Honey, I appealed that shit and they overturned it. I was like, don't play me. You didn't see nothing. They actually, and at first I was gonna let them have it. I was like, okay, it's okay, like, it's no big deal, whatever. But then I was like, no, let me appeal this shit and see what's the worst they could say is no, right? So I appealed it, but they overturned it and let me monetize the video. So, but Wendy, I don't know, like, I don't know. I guess, well, no, Wendy's on a national tip, so it'll be a strike. I would have to appeal it again. I don't feel like going to that. But y'all saw the Wendy. If you haven't seen the Wendy, go watch the Wendy, because you know they break up her hot topics. They break them up. And she was talking about Nicki Minaj, and the way that she was just talking about it, and it's embarrassing. And it's like, okay, but lady, these are the facts of who you married. These are the facts of who this person is. You introduced us to him, right? So people have a right to consume him however way they want, right or wrong, favorable or unfavorable. But you introduced us, and Nicki, you, as long as you love the man, then that's fine. As long as you love him, we don't have to. Don't nobody have to love. I feel like Nicki Minaj wants people to be like, here's my man. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's like, here's my man. I don't talk about him, but lady, and then get mad because people are talking like that's not women this and that's not woman empowerment and all this other stuff. I don't understand why y'all have to stop using that women's empowerment thing as a way to back out of situations. Like it's like a shield that it's like, okay, after a while you beating a dead horse with the women's empowerment thing. If somebody is criticizing you, doesn't mean that they don't empower women. It doesn't mean. It means that they're criticizing you for something that you're doing. Why do I have to lift you up for marrying somebody of questionable character? Because I would not want you to lift me up if I was aligning myself with someone of questionable character. But as I was saying, I believe that Nicki Minaj should flip that shit, because based on what I've heard of old dude, and I do want to read what I told my god brother. I know we're having an ADD conversation today, but I do want to show you or tell you what I said to my god brother. But I'm driving, so I can't. So anyway, what was I saying? Okay, Nicki Minaj, you want us to, I don't know, not us, but anyways, I heard that the guy had some issues and has been registered as, he has to register as a sex offender. But this is something that happened when he was a young adult, or like a child. But let me know if I'm wrong, because from what I've read about the dude, he got in trouble as a child and had to register as a sex offender, right? So to me, I feel like Nicki should kind of flip that and be like talking to kids about the dangers of how they interact with each other at a young age, and how it could ruin their lives, and how they would have to register as sex offenders if they're doing this, and how to be careful. Like, he should use his story as a cautionary tale of how, something as a child or as a young adult or older teenager or whatever the hell you want to call them can leave a mark on your life. I think she should do that. Oh God, what are you doing? She's nervous as shit. You more nervous than me, lady. Let me get in front of you. Let me get in front of you, child. Ooh. Let's see. Oh! Megan, you got a potty mouth, Megan the Stallion. Anyway. So I feel like Nicki Minaj is really upset that the way that Wendy Williams was talking about her husband. Girl, you the only one that got to be married to him. The only one. Lady. This lady is really, I got to watch her. She driving down the middle of two lanes. In the middle of two lanes. Just riding. Okay. You're the one married to him, Nicki. Like, I don't know. I don't know what she wants, but Nicki Minaj gets on that damn radio. She falls into full Sagittarius. She falls in true Sagittarius mode. She does. And it's like, I think it's a way for her to release all her, I don't know why, I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't know why she's so amped, and she be mad. She really be upset and going off. But it's funny at the same time. But I don't know what it is. I don't know what the deal with Nicki Minaj and this man is. And you married him. You the one that has to be married to him. If people are going to talk, you are a public figure, married. You are a public figure. One of, for a lot of people, one of the greatest female rappers of all time for a lot of people. And, you the role model, you giving things to the schools, you doing your work, you giving back, and here you go. This is who you marry, and that's who you married. You introduced us to him. Nobody would have known this man, and if he didn't have any connection to you. So you can be mad, but everybody's gonna kind of analyze everybody's partner, who you choose as a partner. Honey, they ripped Drake apart. Look who he chose to have a baby with. Oh my God. Nothing like the people that he has been seen with, and that typically happens. Wow, I just had a light bulb moment. Because I used to always think about how when I was a young, I want to say in my early 20s, and don't get your ass over here. I was in my early 20s, and I used to trip. This guy's trailer. I used to trip off of, guys that I went to high school with. They started getting married, right? Some of the guys I did started getting married in the 20s, and then the early 30s. They started getting married, and I was looking at their wives, and I would be like, damn, it's like the women that men say that they are attracted to, and then the women that they marry typically don't look or aren't as attractive as the women that they fawn over. This is just something that I just thought about. But then and now I'm realizing as I've grown that men just really marry who will take them. Who will take them. And then it's weird because women really believe that women don't take the power, understanding that they do the choosing. And but at the same time, you have people believing that if a man chooses a woman, it makes her more valuable, when in fact she's the one that does choosing. And a lot of the times when she gets with this person, a lot of the times, and what I've seen, he typically brings down her value. And then I remember, oh my God, all this shit is just coming to me. I just remember this girl tweeting a few months ago, about 6 or 7 months ago, saying that how ironic it is that men really believe that they're the prize, but also believe that however, the more men a woman comes in contact with, the less valuable she is. So how do you rectify that? By not coming in contact with any of them. Because if my value decreases for each one of you that I spend time with, I don't want my value to decrease. But men have an idea like, oh, you slept with this. You're not as valuable as you should be. The less men you come in contact with, the more valuable you are. But that's a male's point of view. That's a male's perspective. Isn't that crazy? And then when you think about it, it's like, wait, so you telling me the more men I come in contact with, the less valuable I am? But y'all also tell us that when a man chooses you, that also makes you, when he decides to marry you, that also makes you valuable? I need to smoke. All this shit is just coming to me, y'all. Okay. But anyways, Nicki Minaj, that's your man, honey. Don't nobody care. No one really cares, but people are reporting because you're a public figure. You want to be in the limelight. You want people to love you. You want people to acknowledge you, Nicki. You do. You really do. You want people to tell you how good you are. You want people to tell you you're the best. And then you marry this man. So now we got to talk about this man. But so you can't really be mad. You can be mad. But this man is of questionable character. And you can marry whoever the fuck you want to marry. You be proud. Don't try to beat us over the head with him. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel about it. And you can't get mad. You see, that's the reason why, and I imagine it being hard for Wendy Williams, and that's why I find a lot of content creators, they don't like to kind of align themselves or get to know any celebrities or any entertainers, because then they try to manage your content and try to be like, okay, well, we're friends, so you really can't talk about me. That's why I really felt like Nicki Minaj wanted to buy the Queen's Court, because I really felt like she didn't want Kaya and Maddie to talk about her. I really feel that in my heart. And if you notice, Nicki Minaj was on the phone with Tasha K. Tasha K just smiling and giggling. Nicki Minaj don't know Tasha K will still write a story about your nigga. It don't matter how you on her phone laughing and kikiing and thinking you spilling tea and talking shit and shit. Tasha K will still spill tea on your nigga. So I don't know what Nicki Minaj was on the phone kikiing with Tasha K for, but I saw that and I saw Tasha K. I saw Tasha K's ass smiling and giggling. I was looking like, Nicki, bitch, you really think you about to buy this bitch? She might take your dough, but she's still gonna tell her story. So don't think that because you saw Tasha K's big face on Real Housewives of Atlanta that you ain't next, bitch. I don't know why Nicki does that, but she wants people to appreciate her, and who doesn't? You know, at the end of the day. But the man that you married, don't be mad at people talking about him. We're talking about who he is. Anybody you got with, we were going to be talking about them. Anybody. It doesn't matter. So if you want people to say nice things about the person that you're with, get with somebody who is not of questionable character. Right? Go get with a nigga who gives to charity and shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talks about who somebody is with, especially, and unfortunately, especially a woman, because they're expecting you as a leader, most likely the breadwinner. You know, she was fussing about the ring. That's another thing. It's like crazy. Like it's really crazy how we relate, and when it comes to weddings and shit and marriage and shit, it's like y'all can't possibly think that man bought her that ring. And it's fucked up that she has to explain, like, I didn't buy the ring. Bitch, you don't have to lie. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to lie. And maybe she didn't shit. I don't fucking know. But the fact that she has to make a statement about whether she bought her ring or whether he bought her ring, it's like everybody knows. It's the same thing with Kenya Moore. It's like, I don't know what we do when we are like I said, the way we consume celebrity is so crazy. And I really like to talk about the things that are kind of relatable to everybody. Like a lot of these things, like we think it's just, they're really just the person who kind of set off the conversation. Honey, where are you going? You need to get over. She really just driving, girl. I hope you get to where you going. Bitch, are you carrying the president? Fuck out of here. I don't care about these people. Honey, I be riding. I don't care about these fucking people. That's why I try to stay in the slow lane, because I know I be running my mouth, and it's like I'm on a phone. But I be going the speed limit, and this bitch, she behind me tailgating me. That's why I really wanted to flip her off, but this is the exit for my job, and I don't know. I work in a very big building, and I stand out, and I don't want to flip anybody off. That we be pulling up in the same. Can you imagine? Has that ever happened to you? It's happened to me, like honking at somebody, and then we both pull into the same parking lot. And somebody that I work with, but you don't know them. You know what I mean? Has that ever happened to y'all? Anyways, I know I was all over the place today, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. We do consume celebrity weird, but it's kind of strange. Like the thing with Kenya Moore, the thing with Nicki Minaj, it's like I feel bad. Like, I feel bad for Nicki Minaj, because it's like I don't know what she wants. I don't understand what it is that she wants. It's like there's so many. To me, and it's like it's the same thing with Cardi B. It's like I don't know what it is about some type of humans, and I think it's just human nature. It's like we tend to focus on the negative, my hand smells like reefer. We tend to focus on the negative, and I feel like Nicki Minaj is not focusing on the positive. There are a lot of people who are in support of her, and a lot of people who want to see her happy. And I know Wendy is just, that's what she does. I don't know what you want Wendy to do. I don't know what you want her to do. That's why I like I said, I imagine it being hard for Wendy, because, you know, like when Kenya was there, they were talking about Nene, and Wendy and Nene are cool again. So she was like, even Kenya was like, that's your friend. Like, you know, she was like, yeah, she tried to hawk and spit at me and this and that. And then she said that, and then even Kenya was like, you know, she said something about Nene. They flashed Nene's picture on the back, and it's like, oh, don't say that, that's my friend. But you was just talking shit about Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? And then what's crazy is, like, that's why everybody was so hard on Wendy about the thing with Kevin, because it's like, bitch, you talk about everybody all fucking day. The most intimate part of people that people decide to share, you just sit up here and call this lady's husband a killer and a sex offender. I mean, these are true statements. It's not like she's lying. It's not like she's lying, but goddamn, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I imagine that it's difficult. But lady, you married him. Don't nobody have to like him. You know, look, honey, Beyonce got a gang of fans, and a lot of those, honey, probably 85% of them don't like Jay-Z for what he did to her. No matter if she's still married to him, she done had 2 more babies, and they still mad at Jay-Z. They don't want to see Jay-Z on the stage. So just because you have a husband and you want to put him on the gram and everywhere else, the people don't have to like him, honey. Only you have to like him. I don't know what it is. It's like she wants to pick. I don't know. Like, we don't have to like. What's his name? Is his name Kevin too? What's his name? Petty. I always know the last name is Petty. It's perfect. Nikki Petty. Onika Petty. That's a fun last name. Anyways, she didn't change her little not Instagram, Twitter thing to, you know, Mrs. Petty, which is, it's fun. It's cute because it's on brand for Onika. But anyways, I don't know what the fuck I talked about, child. Oh, Jason. Oh, God, I want to talk about Jason Mitchell. Child, here, we're going to talk about it real quick because I'm really right here. I need to process it a little bit longer, because apparently none of it had to do with sexual misconduct. It was just misconduct. He got fired from everybody, and he said he was taking accountability, but still was very vague, because he said he didn't know. I don't know how you get fired from any place without knowing why you getting fired and what the allegations were, or and Envy was so confused as to why he's not suing anybody. You got fired, let go. You know, people decide they don't want to deal with you anymore. They don't want to represent you. Everywhere you got dropped. And you ain't suing nobody because none of the allegations were founded. And you just lost all your jobs and that's it. No, that's not. Envy could not fathom. Envy's a Virgo. He was like, I don't understand that. And then, like, you know, Jason Mitchell was talking. I don't want to talk anymore about Jason Mitchell, because I really want to talk about Jason Mitchell, because I really watched that episode. I mean, that interview, and I was really watching it like I was really watching it like, let me move over here because I don't like people to be in my face while I'm recording, just looking at me staring. I don't know. I really want to talk about that, but I wanted to read you the thing let me read you the thing real quick about what I said to my god brother, who he loves to be like, Kenya can't keep a man, and I'm like, okay, like that. I don't care about stuff. Okay, you go. Oh my god. Retrograde been kicking my ass, somebody said. So here's what I said, because he said, Kenya can't keep a man. That's all he said to me. And I said, well, hopefully she'll see that her worth isn't determined on her ability to keep someone who isn't designed to be kept. She'll be better off. Then he said, child, better off. And I said, I don't think it's healthy for men and women to believe that their worth is determined on the ability to stay in a relationship with someone who isn't worthy to stay in a relationship with. I mean, She can stay for everyone to believe that she can keep a man, but if he's not honoring the relationship, it's not required for her to maintain that relationship so everyone looking can think she can keep a man. It's detrimental for people to walk around with that notion. It really is. You know how many people stay in relationships because they don't want the public to believe that they can't keep a man, and the relationship be jive ass, like a jive ass relationship. A lot of women contemplate, like sit there and contemplate, oh my God, what will the public think if I leave this person? They're going to think I can't keep a man. And you imagine, there are a lot, I mean, I'm telling you. So I don't know if everybody wants Kenya Moore to remain in the relationship. Maybe she's just not easy to get along with. Maybe she's not. I mean, are all of us always easy to get along with? Maybe she's not easy to get along with. And apparently, she's filming in Atlanta and he lives in New York. She's saying his opportunities are in New York. I don't know how a restaurateur cannot think that Atlanta is a great place to open a restaurant, because it's always shit popping up right there. But if he feels his opportunities are in New York, that's where it is. But didn't you think about that when y'all was getting married, that this lady films a television show in Atlanta and lives in Atlanta for the time that she's filming the television show? Y'all didn't think about that? Of course not. Okay, well, now we don't want to be together. And now all of a sudden it's Kenya can't keep a man. Mark is gay. Just all this crazy stuff. It's just like, okay, what if he is gay? What if he is bisexual and decided to marry Kenya Moore, and then after decided like, I don't want to be married, or I don't want to be with this lady, or this lady's hard to get along with, or I want to see other people, or whatever the fuck it is. To me, I felt like Kenya wanted a baby, and I feel like the pressures of society to have a baby, to be married and have a baby so your child could be legitimate. That's so crazy. You legitimize your child by doing what? Giving it a social security number? The child is, what do you mean? Like, to legalize your child, you need to be married, right? I'm telling you, your partnership. And even then, the child still belongs to the state, is a ward of the state until it's 18 years old. Because if you don't take care of that child, you going to jail. You, the person that has to take care of the liability until it terms out at 18, according to the law. Everything has some type of thing around it. Anyways, because I could go off on that. But the pressures of her to have a baby, be married, here she goes. She found a guy, and maybe she just wanted to, like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with being like, I want to have a baby with him. Because he's smart. I like the way he looks. He got a good family. There's no history of mental illness. Okay, I want to have a baby with him. But then you got society being like, oh my gosh, she had a baby and didn't get married. Okay, you want to go get married so we can because I really just want a baby. Has anybody ever thought about that? Look at Erykah Badu. She ain't married not one of them niggas and have beautiful children. You think her children are illegitimate because she didn't get married? Come on now. That shit is crazy. Nobody's child is illegitimate just because you're not married. That's some sick shit that we have adopted. That shit is crazy. And we really govern our lives by that kind of shit. Like, really govern ourselves by that shit. Your child, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Anyways, I don't know, everybody's having babies and everybody's having man problems. It's all about how we are relating to each other and how we deal with people. But I feel like a lot of people, everybody is waiting for Kenya to just trip every single time. Two, I think that Nicki Minaj needs to focus on the people who care about her and who are actually uplifting her. I don't know what she wants and why she wants recognition and adoration from people who don't really give a fuck. Like, they just reporting on the news. And what else did we talk about? That's it. We talk about Jason Mitchell maybe on the way home, because I really want to talk about that, because I watched him and I felt like, I'll just tell you how I felt when we talk about it later. Anyways, y'all take care of each other, protect your energy, and keep each other honest. Peace.